Let's go to one question for each game. Miami at Buffalo. Are you starting only Allen, Diggs, and Tyreek Hill in this game?
Yes.
I think Raheem Mostert said we should start him if Jeff Wilson's out. What did he say? It was a
He said
snow
that?
game, and it's for running backs. I guess he ran for 200 yards in the snow in Buffalo in the past, and he is very excited about Saturday's game.
What about Waddle?
I'm starting him.
Yeah, you're starting Waddle, I guess.
Okay. Dallas is at Jacksonville. Starter sit Travis Etienne.
You're starting him.
Low end starter.
Why am I starting him? I don't want to start him.
Well, I mean, if you have Pacheco and maybe Zon of the night, I mean, they're both kind of in questionable spots, both those guys. Obviously, Damian Harris, as we alluded to before, you can start him if he's good to go, and there's no Stevenson. I don't know if there's many other scenarios of guys that you might have picked up the last couple of weeks. Could be forgetting somebody, but I mean, Etienne's going to get a lot of work.
I hope so. Yeah. Detroit at the Jets. Which big name running backs would you start Bam Knight over? You'd start Bam Knight over blank.
Only really Harris and Walker for me. I'm a little nervous about him.
I'd start him over Etienne. I'd start him over Najee Harris.
We talked about this yesterday, but Heath's higher on Bam Knight than Jamie, and I think Dave as well. Let me just double check on that. Jamie's got
Detroit run defense has been good. If he's not going to get the involvement in the passing game, it's going to be a rough day for him, I think.
Okay, Kansas City at Houston. Chris Moore or Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson? Would you start Chris Moore over any of those guys?
Just DJ Moore.
Yep.
Oh. All right, looking forward to making a passionate case for Chris Moore. Actually, the Driscoll thing terrifies me with Chris Moore, but Arizona at Denver. Do you trust Jerry Jeudy if Brett Rippon is the quarterback? And remember, the Cardinals pretty good against number one receivers typically. Do you trust Jerry Jeudy if Brett Rippon's the quarterback?
I think Jerry Jeudy had one of his best games of the season with Brett Rippon at quarterback. 11 targets, 16 fantasy points without a touchdown. Absolutely.
Yeah, as long as Sutton is out, which that's the way it's trending. And haven't they been bad against number one receivers the last 2 games?
If they have, well, not against the Patriots. If they have, it's, Byron Murphy's been out for 3 straight games, I think. So he practiced a little bit last week, didn't play. If he comes back, it would be a little bit different. And the thing is, for Jeudy, he played 85% of his snaps outside last week without Cortland Sutton. So keep that in mind. The Patriots are at the Raiders. How do you approach the Patriots running backs, Heath?
If Ramondre plays, he's a must-start top 12 running back. If he doesn't and Damian Harris plays, then he is a number 2 running back and Pierre Strong is a low-end flex. If both Ramondre and Damian Harris miss, then Pierre Strong's a high-end flex. Kevin Harris is right behind him as a mid-range flex.
Okay, so the running backs you would be excited to start if they played would be just Stevenson or Stevenson and Harris?
Excited? Probably just Stevenson, but I'd be fine starting Harris as a number 2. Damian.
Yeah, Damian. Right. Baltimore or Cleveland, J.K. Dobbins or Nick Chubb?
Chubb, but it's close.
Heath?
Yeah.
Chubb? Okay.
Same thing.
And Tennessee is at the Chargers. Do you like the Titans passing game in this contest?
Do you ever like the Titans passing game? I think Tannehill has kind of proven who he is. Like, he'll find a way when he's on to get you, 21 to 23 fantasy points, which I think could be a case this week if they're chasing points. I think Chigo Okonkwo, based on the position that he plays, like I would start Waller and Goddard over Okonkwo, for example, to go back to that conversation. But I think Okonkwo's in a pretty good spot based on 10 plus PPR points his last 2 games, with Traylon Burks leaving with a concussion 2 games ago. If Burks plays, I think he's in the discussion as a number 3 receiver, but it's hard to say he's going to play. The fact that he's missed practice now again on Wednesday in the concussion protocol still. And then Robert Woods dealing with an illness might help, Nick Westbrook-Akina, but how many people are trusting him in the fantasy playoffs at this point? He would be a notch below Chris Moore and in the same discussion as the Rams guys, for example, in terms of trust. If he's the lone wolf there. So, Tannehill's just losing guys left and right at this point.
Yeah, I'd say if Burks is out, it's pretty much just the tight ends, and I'd have a Okonkwo over Austin Hooper, but they'd both be between tight end 10 and tight end 15 for me.
Really want Burks in. If he plays, I'd be, he looks like he's really good. He's making big plays. The Chargers give up a lot of big plays. It would be interesting for sure. I don't know. Where would he end up in your rankings? Where would you rank Burks if he plays?
36.
Yeah, maybe a spot or two higher, but in the probably somewhere similar to like Mike Evans and Gabe Davis, and slightly ahead of Chris Moore.